All right, 5 exercises you can do with barbell and cables for back exercises. So, welcome to Fitness with Animal. I'm Animal. Five exercises you can do with cables and a barbell here too, and dumbbells. So basically this is a good full back workout you can do. We're gonna hit rhomboids and lats. It's gonna be a lot more rhomboids than lats. So it's gonna work the center of your back a little bit more, but yeah, it's gonna be awesome, and rock on, let's do this. All right, this is exercise number 1, seated pull down with handles. This is like a lat pull down. The reason I do this on the first one is because I'm not a huge fan of warming up, quote unquote. There's a lot of research out there that shows that it's beneficial somewhat, but it's not proven to be extremely beneficial. So what I do, and what I suggest that everybody do, is you do the exercise you're doing with a light weight, at least 1 or 2 sets. So every time I do a specific workout, like legs, back, biceps, whatever, I'll do the first exercise is the easiest on the joints, right? That's what you wanna do. So handles are great. I love this because you're able to really accentuate and open up those rhomboids when you do this, right? You're really able to open this more. With a bar, you're stuck here and you're not able to pull. Even with the triangle bar, which is great, they're good, but with the handles, you're able to open up a little bit more. So, having said that, what that does is that allows you to get more warming up for the rest of your workout. So your joints are, your shoulders and your back and everything, all the muscles are warm there. So, the key on this one is to make sure you stay on your heels and you have a 95 to 100 degree angle in your knee complex here. You wanna make sure you're staying on those heels. What you don't wanna do in your body, the worst thing you can do is be at 90 degrees here. That's horrible. What happens is when you pull like that, it's inevitable. You can see here, every time people pull and they pull here, they internally rotate their shoulders. See here, I pull them back as far as I can, but because I'm pulling down, look at this. Now watch if I keep it here, my shoulders. When I leave the gym, do I want to walk out of the gym like, hey, great workout? This looks horrible. Like, that's internal rotation. So you're reinforcing that over and over again. So never, ever go to 90 degrees. That's just dumb. Because if you're here, you're just literally internally rotating. Do you want to walk out of the gym like, hey, great workout, oh, my neck hurts? Or do you want to be like, chest up, great workout, my spine is in good position, I'm strong, torsally strong, structurally strong, my spine is stabilized. That's what you want, right? So how we do that is we make sure we're at about 100 degrees, just 100. Yeah, maybe 105, depending on your body type. Everything's dependent on your body type. I mean, 95 would be too much because 95 you'll just go in. So 100 to 105 on the degree angle. So now watch as I do this too. Another thing to do is you wanna make sure the shoulders stay level. There's a line right here that stays level. You never, and of course it's gonna come up a little bit, right? But what you don't wanna do is let the weight dictate the motion. Come on, you don't wanna go here, boom. So here, boom, and here. So it looks like this. Push on those heels, chest up, and then pull. Chin up, now always, right, natural horizon's here, my natural horizon. So what, 10 to 15 degrees above that at all times. It's gonna allow you to open that chest up plate up a little bit more, or that shoulder blades, open that shoulder blades up, that chest goes up. Boom, when you're here. When you're here, see, look at that. Yeah, we don't want that. Wow. Range of motion, see how far I'm going? I'm getting at least 8 inches here. Range of motion, right there. Chin up. As you come down, you wanna pull and open up a little bit. You don't wanna go here and do that, right? Keep those elbows to the side and pull. Rhomboids and lats are working both. And that is a seated pull down with handles. Awesome, great exercise. Peace. All right, so this is a dumbbell rack pull. I use this one a lot. I use bench, I use for all different lawnmower pulls, which are bent over rows with the dumbbell, single arm. You can do it from all different places. The reason I like the rack is because it allows you to do supersets really easy. You know, just go here, superset, go back to your other side, exercise like that. But I'll show you here today. Now the key is on any lawnmower pull, I call them lawnmower pulls, single arm rows, whatever, is you wanna stay on those heels the whole time. You never wanna transition forward on your toes. So you don't want to be too far back. I see a lot of this where people will go here and they'll pull because they want to create enough space here to pull like this. But what you need to do is you need to make sure, boom, that you're using your hips and your glutes to stabilize your torso.
Hold on, spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
When you're back here, you're leaning and you're letting your fascia in your back take a lot of pressure and your neck is taking a ton. People always ask me about neck problems, and this is one of the ways to get it because you're here. Look at this. This internal rotation, this is horrible. And especially as you add weight. All weight does when you lift is it just makes the problem way worse. So when you have bad form, that's bad. But then when you have bad form with a lot of extra weight, that's really, really bad. So anyway, so here, this is the key is to make sure you stay on those heels, boom, in this position here. And this is the exercise, boom, here, pull in. Now, when you base off here, again, you don't want to base forward, right? Stay off the toes, stay on the heels. You're not going to put much pressure. You want about 70% of the weight on that posterior, your heels, your feet. You want about 10%, maybe 20% of your toes, 10%. And then you want about 20% here. I mean, 80% on your heels. So here, pull, chest up, shoulders back. Now another thing too is to keep your back flat. Don't let your back turtle up, and don't let your back bounce or do all sorts of stuff. You don't let your kyphotic turtle at all. So boom, get that lordotic curve, natural lordotic curve, and then pull. And this is, see, not much weight here. Now you want range of motion. See how much range of motion I have? Boom, 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 boom. This. Notice what I'm pulling. Boom, and that's it. Awesome. Exercise number 3 is a single arm cable pull. And I call it a flat pull because you want it to be flat rather than incline or decline, right? So when you're pulling, you'll see I have it here. It's about nipple line. It's a little weird to say, but that's the fact. So you want about nipple line when you're pulling here. Now the key is to make sure that you don't rotate. If you watched any of my other videos before, again, rotation training is great for boxers, it's great for throwers, it's great for sport specific stuff. But if you're just trying to get lean and strong, there's no reason to start pulling. The problem is if you do that, if you start pulling and bouncing, you start letting the weight pull you back and you rubber band it, right? Elastic effect goes here, boom, like your muscles start getting elastic response and it's just bad. It's horrible for you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be here. The prime mover is gonna be your rhomboids. Grab, sit into your hips here, chest up, shoulders back. Keep your shoulders flat here. Don't let them come up here. Don't let them come here, right? We don't want that. You wanna keep them here and then pull. Now if you come back, you see I slightly supinate. So I'm coming here in a neutral grip, then slightly supinate. Boom, boom, boom. Looking good, dude. Pull it. Now if you see here, right, when I come out, I don't disengage. I actually stand further back just because of the camera angle stuff, where I'm not gonna be able to step real far back, but I generally wanna have that much, so if I do come back on accident, I know stop it here. But for what I'm saying here is you wanna keep your shoulder engaged and your back engaged. You don't wanna let the weight come forward and stop or break or, right, come internally rotate in here. We don't want that, that's bad. So, boom, here. And then slightly supinate. What this does when you slightly supinate, it allows you to get more work in the rhomboids. Because there you go, just like that. Boom. And boom. Chin up. Pop. This hand you want to let hang out here. Don't go here. You'll internally rotate here. And boom. That is a single arm cable row flat. Exercise number 4 is barbell. This is a very unique one. I love this one actually, and you can do it. There's all sorts of attachments you can use at gyms and stuff that'll hook into things. Or there's a lot of like machines, quote unquote, that you can just hook your barbell into and do this by itself. But if you don't have that, which I don't, but it's good that I don't, so I can show you how to do it without it. Is a single arm barbell, Olympic barbell row. Now the trick on this is that the end of the bar, as you see, the end of the bar, you want to make sure that stays stable. When you're pulling it, if you're bouncing it around, if you're letting momentum do the work and you're not letting the muscles do the work, then what's gonna happen is that back of the bar is just gonna bounce around and it's gonna suck and you just might as well not even do it. So it's actually more advantageous to do it without the attachment, the little insertion with the barbell, like I'm gonna show you here. This is a great exercise. You just make sure you stay stable and you just pull here. So Olympic bar, barbell pull. Now these are kilos, so this is, I don't know, like 70 pounds here, because these are all kilos, but you can do as much weight or as little weight as you want. The key is to make sure that you stay stable with it, right? As always, when you're in a standing position, a bent over position, you wanna make sure your weight's on your heels, get your butt back and up, meaning you wanna keep that weight in your hamstrings and glutes. You don't wanna become kyphotic and bend over here. Now, there's two ways to do it. You can go inside here and inside, but I wouldn't suggest that for dudes because you're gonna rack yourself. So you go here on the outside. All right, so when you're gonna be here, you're gonna be pulling in this position, chest up, shoulder blades back, always chest up, starting positions here, and pull. Now make sure you get good range of motion. Now you can put your hand here if you want, but you don't wanna lean. If you start leaning, coming forward, you'll internally rotate on that right side if you're pulling on the left. So it looks like this. Stay on those heels. Now, if you can see the range of motion, you got to get at least 6 to 8 inches. You need to do that for sure. A lot of guys do this and they'll bounce it and they'll just get like 4 inches. That doesn't even do anything. So you might as well stop doing that. But as you see, my body's pulling to the left as I pull the weight. So I got to make sure to stay right. I don't want to counterbalance too far. I just need to center my body on my hips and my glutes. As you can see, I'm sweating a lot because it's hot as fuck in here.
Man's not hot. Yo, man can never be hot.
So anyway, here it is again, if you need some footage. And that is Olympic barbell single arm row. Exercise number 5 is dumbbell standing reverse flies. This is one of my favorite exercises, period, because it's such a good stabilizer for the shoulders. The 2 areas that are most hurt in people, well, I'd say 3 areas, are knees, low backs. Low backs is the number 1. Knees and then shoulders. And shoulders and knees can kind of go back and forth depending on what people do in terms of activity levels. If they're runners, they're gonna have really bad knees. If they do a bunch of bench presses, if you do flat bench press, you're gonna end up having shoulder problems. So to avoid all shoulder problems, I throw this exercise in all the time with my lifts. So with this set of exercises today, the back, this is the perfect finisher. Now the key is to make sure that you isolate into that posterior delt here, right? You're gonna use your traps as well. You're definitely gonna use your rhomboids, okay? As you squeeze the rhomboids together. And then, but primary, you wanna focus your mental game on is your posterior delts here as you do this exercise. So I do it a lot sometimes in between my lifts just to get my shoulders. And I do this when I warm up every single time almost. But again, I have a really broken shoulder. It's strong and pain-free. It's just I have to do stuff like this to stabilize it. So anyway, an interesting point, my left shoulder with no labrum is actually stronger than my right because I've stabilized my left shoulder so much more. Crazy, I don't really understand it, to be honest with you, because my right one is not as injured. But anyway, you can stabilize your shoulders by doing this exercise. It's awesome. Stay on the heels and you're just gonna squat, or excuse me, you're gonna hip hinge. You're gonna bring your butt back as you come down. Now you don't wanna come all the way down here. You want to, the angle you want, I'm not really good, about here. That's a good angle, right about here.
What the hell?
So, yeah, anyway, you can see it there. Boom, chest up, shoulders back, chest up, boom, and then squeeze, pop. And this is a reverse fly. Now, if you notice when I'm coming in, I don't rest. Everybody rests and they bounce and do all sorts of dumb stuff. Don't do that. Keep constant, continuous tension on that muscle, right? Boom. Constant, continuous tension on the muscle. Say it again. Constant, continuous tension on the muscle will allow you to get the best, most bang for your buck, and the best workout. Notice the speed too. Not fast. Now you come up, accentuate, squeeze, the top, push the shoulder blades together. Oh, I can feel that in my delts. post it. And that is dumbbell reverse flies. There you have it, 5 exercises you can do with cables, barbell, dumbbell. It's a full back workout. So, I mean, you wanna get at least 4 sets of each of these exercises, so it's 20. I mean, you could technically do 3 of 15 sets, you could do that. I would just always, more volume is always better, unless you're a newbie. And if you're a newbie, sure, 15's good. But yeah, follow this. These are great exercises for back. It's gonna work your rhomboids, it's gonna get your lats, it's gonna be primarily rhomboids. You're gonna work on your posterior delts. It's gonna make your back wider and stronger. So yeah, hope it helps and rock on. You'll see some more videos. Actually, I'm gonna put another video here in this corner for back exercises you can watch. It's gonna be back and biceps exercises you can do here. It's a full workout there for back and biceps, you can see. And then you'll have a playlist right here on the left side that you can watch as well. That's gonna have a whole bunch of different, I'm gonna put some chest probably up there, chest or shoulders, so you can kind of see what else you can do in there. So thanks so much for watching and peace out. Awesome.